Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Meriberries from CZT Cheryl Wilson. Now, if you follow daily, I have to apologize. I didn't realize that Cheryl was a CZT from we did candy ribbons yesterday, and that must have been an old tangle that she did because she wasn't listed that way. Um, so I have made that correction. All right. So this is a super fun tangle, and it is similar to one. Oh, I'm not remembering the name of it. Oh, I think it was just called Holly. Um, but that one was a grid based. This one is different. It has a similar look, but is different. So starts off with uh, four dots, and you can put these however you want them, which is what's extra fun. So I've put mine sort of in a square. Then we're going to connect the dots diagonally, creating an X. Then on each spoke, we're going to, I'm going to start from the center. Curve line, curve, honestly, it could be straight too, maybe just a slight curve going out, to one side, and then from that point going back in towards the top. You can do this in one stroke if you wish. I'm going to turn my tile so my hand is comfortable. So you can do it just like that. Up to you. And we're going to do that on each spoke. It doesn't matter how far out you go. One thing that we found out, and so today being Thursday, that is Tangle Time Day, and we played with this tangle, and oh my goodness, so much fun. Um, that one thought is because of this last step here, which is to put some orbs in these openings. So right up, as close as you can get to that intersection. So what we found was to make sure to have it, the parts coming out here more towards the end of the spoke, so that way you have room to fit in the orbs. Or honestly, we said you could start with the orbs and then put an X through it if you wanted to. You could rearrange the steps if you wish. Um, so that's it. Oh, actually, you know what? On hers, she did fill them in. I'm going to do that and leave a little space for the shine. Like so. Now, in the step outs, both mine and Cheryl's, because I had this question that happened, and I was like, oh, good to be able to explain, because in mine, it's I think box number 5, I I put continue, and you can have this grow however you wish. So what happens is that you could pick Y, and then you could just pick one point if you want. But I'm going to pick these 2 points. Those going to become, two dots, and I'm going to put two more right here. So now pretending that, let's say, as if this wasn't here, we're going to do a new X, and same thing. Well, that wasn't up as high as I wanted to, but that's all right. And you can have these be any thickness that you want. And we found it's fun to play with. Now, one neat thing about, well, especially because I'm using just one color, is as I'm drawing these little orbs filled in, or what we call them, black pearls, you can kind of go over what you have. So Uh, if you don't have room, it's like, it's all right. You can go over it. It's all right because you're not going to see anything underneath it. It's kind of like the Bronx cheer tangle and course corrector. Now, something else that you can do is you can either have them like this, like, in a nice straight-ish grid, or you can kind of do whatever you want. So, let me do this. I'm gonna put these little off to the side. Okay, and I'm still gonna use these two as my uh, as 2 points, and then here's the other two. And I'm gonna make my X like this. So like I said, it doesn't have to be square. You can have just as much fun as you want to with this. Oops, sliding off the screen. And I will, of course, show you some of my results afterwards. So you can have a lot of fun. As I mentioned, you could just use 1 point if you wish to start. And I did this kind of by mistake. I'm like, well, who's to say? So that's 1 point. Here's the other three. Still going to make the connecting the lines diagonally. And even if these don't end up symmetrical, it's okay. And so this is just a really neat organic tangle. So, I mean, you don't have to do all of the dots at first unless you want to. You can have it just grow like this, however you wish. Let's see, how would I want to? I feel like it needs one more. One, two, let's do those two. And okay. And like I said, it's just fun because it's organic and you can have it grow however you wish it to grow. Now, one of the things that I did on one of the tiles that I'll show you in a little bit here is I did the 4 at the beginning, and then I used my pencil and I just dotted. So if you've ever done the Tangle Munchin, that's what we do with that one is we just put dots wherever and then use them as they come. Um, and I just found that was a lot of fun. All right, now I'm just going to do a little bit of shading. I actually didn't shade any of the other ones that I did, so this will be fun. And I'm just going on the tips. And I'm just going to hit all of them. A lot of times I'll just do one because I want to see what it looks like, but I know what this is going to look like. And what's neat is it creates kind of a bend, a curving aspect with this, and we do this with the seed shapes a lot. Let's see. Oh yes, 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 yes. Ooh, where's this one that this one right here? It wasn't. It was like, oh, that doesn't look very complete on that one side. And some of the littler ones, of course, there's a little bit of a challenge because you to get. Oh, I didn't even put any graphite there. To get this effect, you have to have a little bit of the original tile color showing, so that way it will, like I said, have that effect. And so you just have to be careful. Like some of the little ones, it's not going to matter so much. You get the other ones, and it's going to be fine. And then also just having the gradient. Um, let's see. Let me look in the camera. A lot of times I don't like to see a straight line because it doesn't make it look. It doesn't have the look that I want. So that's why I go back and I'm just touching up a little bit, making this the line kind of jagged-ish. So, so there we go. So let me show you one what we did. This was my earlier session. Oh, let me pull that back up. Okay, and this one is the one. So I started off right here, putting just the 4 dots in the center, and then with a pencil, just dotted, and that way I could use them or not. It was light. I think I did use all of them, and then just picked. Okay, well, if I make these my first two, oh, then okay, and then here's the next two I'm gonna do, and then make an X from there, and that was a lot of fun. And then used a tangle from a couple days ago, Helter, behind it. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of something else, maybe some gold therefores or something. I don't know what yet, but anyway, really, really, I'm pleased with how that turned out. And this one, not quite done, but similar. This is the one where it started off as an oops ish, and so then I just decided to keep going with it because that's what's nice about the oopses is if you do something, then just keep doing it and see what happens. And I like the result so far. I have some more that I'm going to play with it, but yeah, really tickled with that. So again, neat tangle. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, would love to have you click like and feel free to share it, leave comments, and if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. In the description section, you will find links to step outs. I always do my own version and then link to the originator of the tangle. I list that as for more inspiration. And below that, ways to connect with me. So I have a link to my website as well as our amazing Facebook group. So if you would like to connect with a bunch of crazy tangle addicts, we would love to have you join us there. I do classes like this. So this is what we do: is we take a tangle, we explore it, we have fun. The only I guess I don't know. It's not like a project thing where everybody's creating this. It's we look at the tangle and everybody does their own thing, and we see the amazing results afterwards. And I always show, on the originator of the tangle, they usually have some kind of sample, so that way you can get some ideas on what to do. And if you don't have any ideas, then you can always follow what I'm doing, or my mom is always on the call, and you can follow both of us, or and get inspired that way, and just have a lot of fun. I do this every Thursday, unless I have a schedule change, and then I shift it a day. I do have some other classes, some that have a fee, but like so most of them are free, and would love to have you join us. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.